What is truth? TV podcast. What is truth? Let's take it to the live stream. Tell me what is truth? TV podcast. What is truth? Let's take it to the live stream.
All right, y'all. Welcome to the What is Truth podcast. And live chat, can you guys tell me everything coming in right through? What's up, Secret Squirrel? Miss Hev, the lovely Miss Hev out of Australia. What's up, Jeff Swig? The lovely Miss Lemons. Amy Wright, Miss Toon. All right, who else we got up in here? Roscoe, you crazy mofo. Miss Empress, another lovely subscriber and moderator. Guess who 3? Welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you. Miss Sandy D's Nuts, the Rodder. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to the What is Truth podcast. I am joined today by my man, Mr. George Hobbs of The Fact Hunter. How are you, Mr. Hobbs?
I'm doing awesome, brother. Thanks for having me. It's great to be here, Wheezy.
My man, we should be having a great show. I'm excited. This is one of these subjects that doesn't get spoken about too much, and so if we can bring it out into the forefront, I think the more people know about it, it's truly important to me. You're surprised when you bring up Event 201 how many people never even heard of it, doesn't even know that exists. The video from what was it? Let's see. It is, well, if you go to YouTube, the link is on the description there. So I want everyone to watch this entire video in its entirety. It is from the Center for Health Security .org, and it's not a conspiracy theory at all. This is official stuff. It's out there in the open. And the information that we're going to go over on YouTube is all factual. We will go into the alternative theories and ways of thinking when we finish the show up here in about 20-30 minutes. And we'll go to Odysee. We'll take it all there. But let's see. I mean, you got anything to add to that, Mr. Hobbs?
No, it's just like I said, we're going to stick to the facts on this side before we hop over to Odysee. First of all, again, thanks for having me. Shout out to all the people that are listening live. Appreciate that. It's very interesting how many people do not know still to this very day that Event 201 happened. I think it was October 18th, 2019. And then about 30 days later, again, this is factual, you started to see your first cases. And it's pretty interesting to see how the storyline played out in their exercise versus what happened just a month later, and how many people aren't aware of it. And then I think we should also a little later on touch on Clade X, which was the one that happened, the exercise in 2018, and some of the parallels with that as well.
Yeah, 100%. We're going to go down the rabbit hole. If you are into these alternative ways of thinking, please follow us on Odysee. We're going to take the conversation over there where we can be fully uncensored and speak about it all. Right now we tragically have to self-censor, so we are just going to stick to the facts here on YouTube. I wish I could go more. I know. You're going to get a rated G version of Wheezy as well. When we go to Odysee, I will not be holding back. The passion will speak for itself. Who else we got up in here? Miss Telena, Miss Kookie, welcome to the stream, y'all. So, first of all, the Event 201. Event 201, it's right here. So the video in question that we are going to go over is Event 201 Pandemic Exercise Segment 1. I believe there's 4 segments, and in segment 1, it's the intro and medical countermeasures discussion. If you look at the description, it says Event 201 is a pandemic tabletop exercise hosted by the Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security, in partnership with the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, on October 18, 2019, in New York, New York. The exercise illustrated the pandemic preparedness efforts needed to diminish the large-scale economic and societal consequences of a severe pandemic. Drawing from actual events, Event 201 identifies important policy issues and preparedness challenges that could be solved with sufficient political will and attention. These issues were designed in a narrative to engage and educate the participants and the audience. Now, keep in mind, this was on October 18th of 2019. We started hearing drips of coronavirus cases only a few weeks afterwards. I've been trying to do research when the official announcement was, but little trickling reports started coming out literally weeks after this. So if you haven't heard of Event 201, prepare to get chills. It's going to freak you out. Again, this isn't a conspiracy theory. This was a drill. And we will go more into that when we go over to the Odysee segment of it. Make sure you follow on your favorite podcast player. Follow Mr. George Hobbs. He has tons of great content. Before we get to it, let's tell people about your show.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it. It's The Fact Hunter. You can check out our website. It's thefacthunter.com. We also have a 24/7 streaming app that's found on iOS and Android, Fact Hunter Radio. We've become very passionate over the last year and a half. Again, I'm going to keep my intro very generic just because we're on YouTube. I'm not going to push my ideas. But we're just very passionate about everything that's going on over the last year and a half. So it's become kind of a mission. But my podcast itself, we go live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. And then I'm live on Revolution Radio at freedomslips.com every Wednesday morning from 10 a.m. to noon. And then every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we have something called the Roundtable, which we have anywhere between 3, 4, 5, 6 people. And we have various different topics. This past Wednesday was very interesting. With everything that's going on, people are very emotional, and I'm glad for it. So come check us out sometime. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, you have a great show. We actually did a show together a few weeks back. It was around the time I got Lord Voldemort, if we want to call it that. Again, I'm watching what I say here on YouTube. We've gone down this rabbit hole. Everyone following me for a while knows exactly what the deal is, so we can speak in a little bit of code here. People will understand. But that's when we did a show. Unfortunately, when I went to record, I recorded the show. It still shows on my Odysee, but when you hit play, the audio doesn't come out. So I'm not sure what happened there. And I also felt like shiznit. I think we did that show. I wanted to do it, and I recorded it, and then I went to sleep, man. The rest of the day, I just felt like absolute garbage. So I am so pleased to have you come back and do the show. I think it's going to be a lot better this time around. You can probably tell I have a little hop to my step this time around.
You sound a lot better than last time, brother.
I was probably dying last time, man. But I started following you a while back, and I tune in, I listen, I consume podcasts on a daily basis due to the nature of my job. That makes my days go quicker, man, just consuming podcast after podcast. And rather than listen to the radio, the same crap on the same music played 5 times every hour, I'd rather consume stuff that I can enhance my knowledge, learn about things, educate myself. And so you are one of my favorite podcasts, man, and I'm glad I found you. It was all by accident. I was just looking for more stuff to listen to, and I found you, and I truly enjoy your content. And I've told you this before, I don't agree with everything on there, but that's not what it's all about. We're not supposed to be in echo chambers. When you're in an echo chamber, you don't learn anything. You're just here. You're pretty much speaking with another yes man. And so it's when your views get challenged that you actually learn something. That's how I look at it anyways. And I think that's when you have the best discussions.
Absolutely. I mean, me and my wife don't even agree on everything. So, and again, like Bill Cooper said, right? Read everything, listen to everything, and then take from it what you will. But if there's some subjects that I used to completely be closed door on, I would delete emails, I would kick people out of chat rooms, and now I'm like, huh. When you start looking into it, I've learned that I don't. I'm open to everything now because of some things that I've come across.
Yeah, 100%, man. I think it's best when you can find someone with slightly different views and you can do it in a respectful way. Exactly. And you don't have, at the end of the discussion, you don't have to be on the same side, agreeing. You can still hold your position, but at least you gained a little more insight into that person's way of thinking. And to me, that's the most important thing. Well, we can get into a little bit more of that on Odysee and
absolutely
have a great
event 201.
Yeah, let's do Event 201. So, Event 201 again started on October 18th of 2019, and you did mention earlier about Claudex. There's so many of these drills that I guess. Again, this is another topic for Odysee, and we can expand on that. Yeah. But it's funny.
Always a drill,
yeah, there's always a drill. Always a drill. And many people that stick to the official narratives will say, oh, it's just a coincidence. So I can't remember if I heard this on YouTube or some chat, but they were like, we need to start calling those people coincidence theorists.
That's right.
Because everything seems to get attributed to chalked up as just a weird coincidence. So the video in question, let me put it up on my stream. If you want to add something, I'll get the.
I guess the only other thing I would add while you get that ready is don't forget that the financial backing for Event 201 was the World Economic Forum, which everybody knows and loves. Klaus Schwab, our good friend, and of course the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So right there it should be flag.
Yeah. And that'll be.
On the other side, but that is a fact. It's right on their website. The Johns Hopkins University. It was partnered with the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Right. Okay, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So the first clip. Sorry, I'm trying to set the video up here on the Streamlabs here. Where are you, you darn tootin'? Okay. There we go. The timestamp I want to go. So again, the video link is in the description there. And this is going to be on timestamp 9:26 is where I'm going to show you. So the whole video is about an hour long, and we're going to play a few of these clips and expand on them a little bit. And then I would highly encourage you to watch the entire video in its entirety. I mean, it's pretty damning. But in this video, recorded October 18th of 2019, you start hearing talk of the new normal. So this is timestamp 9:26, and I will play it for you now.
Epidemic risk has become a global strategic concern. I don't think we've ever been in a situation where we have had to respond to so many health emergencies at once. This is a new normal. I don't expect the frequency of these epidemics to reduce, and in fact, vulnerabilities all over the world, developed and developing countries, have increased, not decreased, driven by many, many factors, mainly through human behavior, economic development, population density, and many others. The scenario you will be presented with this morning could easily become a shared reality one day. I fully expect that we will be confronted by a fast-moving, highly lethal pandemic of a respiratory pathogen. question is, are we prepared to globally respond to the next major pandemic event? Are we ready to cooperate and perform across countries and across sectors to face such a threat? Have we established the surveillance and risk assessment systems, the communication tools, the supply chains, and the business continuity plans that will be needed, not only to protect health in a major epidemic or pandemic, but to protect economic development, to protect political and social systems? Do we collectively drive innovation enough to face the evolving global threats which we are anticipating? The nature of pandemics is that many countries will be affected at the same time. This is particularly true with the respiratory pathogen, as they are often transmitted by asymptomatic persons.
All right. So there we hear. Were you able to hear that?
Yeah,
George?
everything came through
Okay,
perfect.
awesome. So essentially, on October 18, in this drill exercise, you heard it all there, folks. There was going to be a new normal. And towards the end, I don't know how many of you caught it, but this disease was going to be spread by quote unquote asymptomatic people.
Yeah.
So if that's not starting to send shivers up your spine, there's more. wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you have to expand on that, Mr. George Hobbs?
I have more to expand on that, but I'm not sure if YouTube is the place. I mean,
hold those thoughts for Odysee, and we'll.
Yeah.
So again, if you guys want to hear the juiciness, go to the Odysee link in the description. Hit it up with a follow. We will be live streaming after we finish up our YouTube segment. But all right, no worries. We will hold that thought, but it's definitely juicy. Yeah. Now, as part of the drill, they even made video clips. Like a dramatization. Yeah, dramatization, news clip, newsreel. Again, this is not conspiracy theory. This is official stuff out in the open, filmed in New York. Witty, blah, blah. All right, so the next clip that I will play for you is at timestamp 4:15, which is the actual. Let's see here. Trying to set it up. 14 minutes and 15 seconds is when the simulation happens. So let me make sure you guys. I started it actually a little easier or earlier because I wanted you guys to see this guy's face as he says this. Okay, pay attention, guys.
Dr. Ryan, and with that, here in New York and online, welcome to Event 201.
Thank you.
It began in healthy-looking pigs, months, perhaps years ago. A new coronavirus spread silently within herds. Gradually, farmers started getting sick. Infected people got a respiratory illness with symptoms ranging from mild flu-like signs to severe pneumonia. The sickest required intensive care. Many died. At first, the spread was limited to those with close contacts, healthcare personnel, co-workers, and families. But now, it's spreading rapidly throughout local communities. International travel has turned local epidemics into a pandemic spanning the globe. Just 3 months ago, CAP started in South America, but has now reached several countries with more than 30,000 cases and nearly 2,000 deaths.
All right. Again, that wasn't conspiracy theory. This was part of the drill. And as you heard it there, it starts from animal and it's being spread by asymptomatic folks, and switch the country or region from South America to Asia, and it's virtually exactly the same thing. And the disease, or virus, if you will, is a novel coronavirus.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Mr.?
And instead of pig, it's a bat, right?
It's a bat,
right? Yeah, at least that was the original theory.
Yeah, and throughout the exercise, they have a couple of these clips. The other one is at, let's see, 1648, I believe. Again, fact check myself. Go to that link in the description, and it's all there. It's out in the open. And let's see, let's play this clip right here.
Continuing our coverage of the newly discovered CAPS disease and the scope of its deadly outbreaks, there are now more than 30,000 reported cases. Experts warn this may be just the beginning of a global problem. GNN science reporters have produced a video about what we know so far about CAPS, the virus, the outbreak, and the resulting chaos.
CAPS is a novel coronavirus related to those viruses that caused the frightening SARS epidemic in 2003 and the deadly MERS outbreaks in recent years. Scientists think each infected person in turn infects on average 2 more people. This disease is proving more transmissible than SARS or MERS and about as contagious as influenza. Essentially, the cumulative number of cases is doubling every week. At this rate, we can expect to see 16 times as many cases in a month unless we find a way to interrupt transmission. The virus appears to be spreading rapidly in densely populated and impoverished neighborhoods in some megacities in South America. CAPS is a serious respiratory disease. More than half of the recognized cases have required hospital care, creating a huge strain on healthcare systems. The fatality rate is about 10%. For comparison, CAPS is about as lethal as SARS and 2 to 4 times more lethal than the 1918 influenza pandemic, the worst pandemic on record. Even so, some people only exhibit mild flu-like symptoms, not requiring treatment in a hospital. Alarmingly, those people are able to walk around and spread the virus, not realizing they are doing so. Even worse, international travelers have been arriving at their destinations symptom-free, but within a matter of hours, becoming ill. Travel-related cases have blossomed into outbreaks in a number of locations and have quickly grown faster than health authorities could respond and contain them. In other places, physicians have quickly recognized the symptoms of CAPS and have been able to isolate infected individuals and avoid an outbreak, for now. Global public health experts are very concerned about this disease because it appears the virus is readily transmitted through the air from person to person. Essentially, all people are susceptible. Experts agree unless it is quickly controlled, it could lead to a severe pandemic, an outbreak that circles the globe and affects people everywhere. Models developed by leading public health authorities indicate a CAPS pandemic could lead to an outcome worse than the 1918 influenza, which killed 50 to 100 million people worldwide. Given the global population is 4 times larger than it was in 1918, if these models prove accurate, we could be looking at hundreds of millions of deaths over the next year or 2.
Okay. God. Dang. That should leave you speapreachless right there.
It is. It is. I'll keep it as generic as possible. That's just preparing your brain for what's coming. Now, this wasn't as widespread. It's not like predictive programming where you see things in movies, because this wasn't really widespread. But it is interesting that last year, I think March, April, May timeframe, on the Johns Hopkins website itself, they actually had to come out and make a statement about the pandemic because so many people were calling them out. And this is from their website, Johns Hopkins University. It says in October 2019, they held a pandemic tabletop exercise called Event 201 with the Economic Forum and Bill Gates. Recently, the Center for Health Security has received questions about whether the pandemic exercise predicted the current novel coronavirus outbreak in China. To be clear, The Center for Health Security and Partners did not make a prediction during our tabletop exercise. However, they do go on two sentences later to say, we are now predicting that the coronavirus will kill 65 million people.
Yeah. And more on that on Odysee.
Yeah, for sure. But that's from the Johns Hopkins University website, because they actually had to post something because so many people were saying, how is this a coincidence?
Yeah. Well, coincidence theorists.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, the next clip, and we're about to wrap this segment up. Just a few more minutes, y'all. And it's going to end on a pretty good little clip here. The next one is 21 minutes, 41 seconds of that video in the description. And listen to this.
Continuing our CAPS disease coverage and possible solutions, I'm joined by immunologist Dr. Yvonne Bello and Dr. Rhea Blakey, an epidemiologist, both highly respected in their fields. Let's get right to it. Why are people saying a vaccine for the CAPS virus is not likely in the near term?
Researchers are working on a vaccine, and we have viable leads, but it's complicated. We have known about CAPS-like viruses in animals and people for decades, but have not been successful at developing a licensed vaccine. And sure, there are new technologies that may help, but it's going to be difficult. I am not optimistic about having a vaccine in time to be relevant during this pandemic. Even if we discover a good vaccine candidate, we're starting from scratch, and it takes time to test safety and efficacy, typically years. So even if testing moves quickly, global manufacturing will still need to be established. Again, multiple hurdles.
We simply cannot rely on these old timelines and processes. This is a crisis. We have to move beyond these issues. It may be complicated, difficult, but if we dedicate all available resources, this can happen. Also, keep in mind, we need effective treatments sooner rather than later. Extranavir is an antiviral drug. Scientists have told me this could be effective. We need to start treating people immediately.
While I agree Extranavir does look promising, it's currently used for treating HIV. However, it's not manufactured on the scale needed for treating this many people. And will we just stop using it for HIV treatment? How will we get this drug in the quantities needed? Who decides who has priority for the limited amounts we do have? We both know countries are hoarding Extranavir.
Doctor, in my opinion, you are lost in the details. With enough money and political will, anything is possible. Let's get going on this now.
Thank you both for this extremely important discussion.
With enough money.
Yeah. Live chat, is my audio better? I heard an echo, but now it might be coming from one sound. Who was the echo? Was that me or was that my guest, George? I know the live chat was talking about an echo going on. Everyone, let's see. I'm waiting for someone to say, are you in a tunnel? I'm sorry, guys, if that's coming out. My settings went away, and yeah, I apologize for that. Is that better or is that echo? Please, live chat, let me know. Oh, it's a guest echo. Shit. Okay. So I will try to fix that when we go over to Odysee, guys. So my apologies for that. Let's see here. All right. I apologize for that echo. It will be fixed when we go to Odysee in a few minutes. All right, we will continue with the show. Please bear with that echo, and we will figure it out. We will get it sorted, as you UK lovely folks like to say. We're gonna wrap this up real quick. Let me go to. Let's see. We are going to timestamp 55:30 of that video. Let's see, 55:30, and then we're gonna finish it up with here or with this, and we'll head over there.
How those ARVs will be used in patients who may or may not have a disease. So demand forecasting will be critical. And I also want to point out, it's not just the healthcare workers. We have supply chains in middle-income countries. Often those are very resource dense, people in small spaces producing.
This is not the
art.
one I
We have to
wanted.
think
It's
about the
when
integrity and
the
health of the
lady
supply chain.
starts speaking right here.
Going back
Yes.
to Stephen's note real quick about the public communication, my team has been monitoring the public response, and on various social media channels and cable networks, there's been some conspiracy theories that are around about the potential that pharmaceutical companies or the UN have released this for their own benefit. So as we move forward, obviously trust in pharmaceuticals and government is very important at this moment. And so as we move forward with developing the right scenarios, we have to make sure that the public communication is a major part of that because of these conspiracy theories.
Thank you. We have to close. We have 30 seconds.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
Mark.
this fully supports Steve's input. We should not search for the perfect solution right now. We run against time. And if conspiracy theories like this come up already, so we are on the edge of hysterical reactions, and then it gets out of control. And that's the thing what should be the main driver for us now to find a solution.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Wow,
We're gonna
you
bring
can't make
these
this stuff.
recommendations.
Yeah. So, as they're saying with conspiracy theories, you know, blah, 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 we can't go through those things here on YouTube. So please go to the bottom of the description of this video that you're watching. That'll take you to my Odysee channel. And you can also follow this discussion on Spotify. Find the What is Truth podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever podcast platform of your choice. And I will put the entire audio there as well. We will be going to Odysee. Let's see, it's 5:34 Eastern. Give me 10 minutes. So at 5:45 past the hour, we will be on Odysee. Link to Odysee is in the description. Please follow it there. Mr. George Hobbs, links where people can find you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. TheFactHunter.com. On Twitter, at The Fact Hunter, Instagram, at The Fact Hunter. And the podcast is everywhere. Amazon, iTunes. Our home base is Spreaker. So excuse me, when we go live, we're always on Spreaker.
All right, y'all. Sorry about the echo. We will get it sorted out when we go to Odysee here in a few minutes. So 45 after the hour. If you are just watching this on YouTube and you want the rest of the conversation, follow us there.